Hi, I'm Justin from Dollarwise Gamers, and this is Dollarwise Bundle Breakdown. Our philosophy is that for a game to be a Dollarwise deal, you should get roughly 1 hour of enjoyment for every dollar you spend on it. Humble Bundle is a great way to get some cool games for cheap while supporting charities and developers. I currently choose to support Doctors Without Borders. Today we're going to look at Humble Bundle's Best of 2016. We'll check out each tier, what games it offers, and whether we think it's a Dollarwise deal. There are time codes in the description if you want to look at any particular game or tier, so let's dive in. The first tier starts at $1 and includes the games Else Heart.Break, Evoland 2, and Victor Vran. Else Heart.Break is an indie isometric single-player role-playing adventure game. The developer is actually a group of people in this indie-developed game. Eric, El Huervo, Tobias, Oscar, and Johannes. Its release date is late 2015. The Metascore is 79 and the user score was 7.4. The best price we found was $8.29, and that was in November of 2016. Now, wow, just wow, this game is pretty. It has a fun art style, the dialogue feels fresh and interesting, the story is just enough push to want to get out and find more details, but not so much that you feel led around on a leash. It was altogether refreshing. I played it for over an hour and I didn't even really want to quit. It reminds me sort of the simplicity of Stardew Valley, but with an art style that's very reminiscent of Hotline Miami. I was taken aback and 100% willing to sink many more hours into this game. Now, most of you are going to get plenty of time out of this game, especially if you're generally a fan of this style. Evoland 2 is an indie single-player role-playing adventure game. It's kind of hard to pin down because the game sort of changes as you play through it. Its developer was Shiro Games, and it came out in mid-2015 with a Metascore of 74 and a user score of 7.5. Best price was $4.79 in December of 2016. As I said, this game style is hard to say because it's definitely an RPG, but the gameplay and the graphics change based on, well, what appears to be the time period you're in. So it sort of reminds me of Chrono Trigger, but with the combat and roguelike quality of a classic Zelda game. It's interesting and very approachable, especially for someone who is as terrible at games as I am. But since it does have different difficulty settings, it can be adjusted for those people that, need the challenge. I also spent over an hour in this game before I decided that it was probably time to take a break, but I really did enjoy it. This was a pretty darn good game. Finally, Victor Vran, which is an isometric action RPG with single and multiplayer as well as some co-op. It's from Heimemont Games and it came out mid-2015. It has a Metascore of 75 and a user score of 7.5 with the best price of $4.29 in September of 2016. So this was another great game at this tier. You may notice that this game's got a close resemblance to other action RPGs like Diablo 3, and while this game doesn't have much depth, it doesn't really skimp in too many areas. This is a solid game and it's fun. Those really are the things that matter. It's fluid, it allows for couch co-op as well as online co-op, and it works seamlessly with controllers as well as mouse and keyboard. However, me personally, I certainly preferred the controller. It utilizes a free-spinning camera and that seamless controller integration, which are two things that Diablo 3 on the PC never had. The fighting styles are based on weapons and equipment you choose, meaning that you aren't really tied down to a single class or playstyle throughout the entire game, and you can kind of adjust based on the needs of the map and the enemies that you face. Finally, if that weren't enough, the game has the one and only Doug Cockle. Oh yeah, that's right, our very own Victor Vran is voiced by none other than the voice of Geralt of Rivia.
I sense something hidden. Something far more sinister than the monsters. Something faint.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we were never graced with Victor Vran in a bathtub, but I still did manage to play this game for an hour and a half, and I really enjoyed it. So between these three games, we have a real solid start to this bundle. And it currently makes it a Dollarwise deal, but we have 2 more tiers and 4 more games to go through, so let's jump back in. The second tier is based on average donations, currently sits at $4.23, and includes the additional games Rust, Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition, and Stronghold Crusader 2. Rust is in early access. It's a first-person multiplayer survival open-world MMO. It's from Facepunch Studios, came out late 2013, or it's been being worked on since late 2013. There's no reviews for the Metascore because it's obviously in early access, and the user score gave it a really sad 5.9. The best price we could find it for was $6.79, and that was in May of 2016. Now, here we go. Before I start this, I need to say something. Now, most people on online games like these are horrible people. Probably not horrible in real life, but definitely horrible in the game. And the problem with a review for this game is that it's hard to divorce the game itself from its online multiplayer elements. So here's the deal. This game is definitely PvP, and so it makes it hard for a person that clearly had no advantage and poses no threat to not get frustrated with the type of people that you find in games like this. I completely get that some people probably really enjoy this style of gameplay, but I constantly felt myself behind the 8 ball the whole time. The best experience I had was the 30 minutes or so when I survived and was actually learning the gameplay elements. I escaped from a would-be murderer, I tried to make friends with a fellow survivor.
Hey, friendly. Friendly. Alright, never mind. Sorry to bother you.
And felt like I was actually doing well until I met this small group.
Friendly. You'll probably kill me anyway.
Wait.
How's it going? What's up?
Now, my mistake was actually thinking that this group would see that I posed no threat and had nothing worth taking, but of course I was wrong, and they weren't the only ones.
Really? Please don't kill me. What's the point? I've got nothing on me. No reason to kill me. I've got nothing. Good on ya, I guess. I think you keep missing. I'm not dead yet. You'll have to hit me more times. Thank you.
All that being said, the game looks nice, the crafting system is user-friendly, and had I had more time, I would have explored much more. However, the kill-on-sight practiced in these survival games makes it hard for new players to get involved. And personally, I think that will be the downfall of this genre in general. But I think I understand why players do it. Discouraging another player from playing by easily killing them does two things. One, it's entertaining for you. You get to beat up on somebody that's of little risk to you. And two, you discourage and remove somebody from the game world that could later down the road compete for resources or kill you should they become strong enough. So this one is kind of a toss-up. On one hand, you may love this style, and in such, you'll probably get tens, hundreds, or even thousands of hours with a game like this. Or you might be like me, where unless I spend the time making my own server, or one of you invites me to a less killy server, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it. Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition is an indie single-player isometric turn-based strategy RPG. It's from Harebrained Studios, came out mid-2015, has a Metascore of 81 and a user of 7.7, so not terrible. Its best price is $4.99 that we found in November of 2016. And this game's pretty impressive. The graphics are solid and the art style is on point. I also think that the gameplay during the battles is engaging and easy to understand. However, the conversations between the battles seemed just a tad boring. Now, I was getting a little tired myself, but they all seemed too long and really just made me want to click through all of them so I could get to the next battle. The combat and the character leveling was definitely something that took me back to my old tabletop days, but since the dialogue was clumsy and had zero voice acting, I started really getting bored. I did find that it was worthwhile overall, and generally thought it was worth your time. Finally, Stronghold Crusader 2. This game's a single-player, multiplayer, and then also co-op real-time strategy and medieval city builder. It's from Firefly Studios, came out late 2014. Unfortunately, it has a Metascore of 65 and a user score of 6.1, and its best price is $4.99 in November of 2016. Now, I'm not very good at these types of games, but when has not being good at a gameplay style stopped me from reviewing it? So far, never. I'll review them despite the pain. I'm kind of nice that way, you know? I'm actually really surprised by the reviews, but I suppose that in 2014 when this game was released, it wasn't all that amazing, either visually or from a gameplay perspective, but here's what I saw. This game had solid gameplay. It worked and felt smooth, the tutorial was solid, and even if the visuals were a little behind the times, they weren't ugly, nor did the game really fall apart at the moment we started playing. However, in perusing the user and critic reviews, it would appear that the campaign's a little lackluster, and even the sandbox mode isn't quite as good as it could be. Most of the critics and the users tend to agree that Firefly Studios had the right idea, but that not all the pieces were in place to make this game great. Personally, I wasn't a fan, and it doesn't sound like fans of the genre really liked it either. So these games are a bit of a mixed bag. I'm sure there are some of you out there who absolutely disagree with my assessment of Rust, and if that's the case, this bundle is worth it for you. Rust alone will entertain you for hours. For those that aren't entertained by that style, Shadowrun might keep you entertained and be worth your money, but I wouldn't put too much stock into Stronghold Crusader 2. With so many things up in the air with this tier, I'm gonna say for the average gamer, this is not a Dollarwise deal. The third and final tier requires a donation of $10 and includes both Homeworld 1 and Homeworld 2 in the Homeworld Remastered collection. Homeworld Remastered Collection is a single and multiplayer 4X sci-fi space real-time strategy game. It's from Gearbox Software, came out early 2015, with a Metascore of 86 and a user score of 8.2. Its best price we could find it for was $10.49 in February of 2016. Once again, I'm not good at these games, but I have to say that not only is this game beautiful and controls well, the sounds, music, and voices merge into a unique experience. Now, this collection includes both the original Homeworld as well as Homeworld 2, but all you see here is Homeworld 2. Blame my lack of time for not really playing both. As I said before, RTSs are definitely not my type of game. I'm terrible at them. I find myself quickly overwhelmed by the number of things to keep track of, but for those that have a passing curiosity or a love for these types of games, I'm absolutely sure you will dig this game. This game is fantastic. Reviews come in strong, and it shows why. It's solid, it does what it means to do, and looks good doing it. The campaign seems engaging, and it made me a little sad that I don't really have skill with this type of game. because I wanted to play more of the campaign. But I tried my best, got through about as much as I could before I just got too overwhelmed with this game. However, if you are an RTS fan, this is definitely a solid move for you. Between both Homeworld and Homeworld 2, you probably have 20 plus hours of gameplay available to you and a pretty universe to look at while doing it. So fans of this genre should probably pick this one up. So this final tier is obviously a definite yes for fans of the RTS genre, especially if the idea of 3D space battles set your insides all a-spinning. And if that's you, get this tier. If this game isn't your cup of tea, I would leave it behind. So there are some varied games here, and I think Humble Bundle did a great job picking out their best of 2016 in this bundle. While I fully believe that some of you will go in for the whole shebang, I think the average gamer should just get in the first tier or let this bundle slide by, making only tier 1 a Dollarwise deal. Now please don't kill me, I really have nothing worth having, there's no reason to kill me. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to thumbs up this video, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any suggestions for bundles, bundle sites, or games you would like to get the Dollarwise seal of approval on, shoot us a message on our website, dollarwisegamers.com, or just comment on the video. I still have a few games from previous bundles as well as this bundle that I'm looking to give away to people. I have TIS 100, Heart.Break, Rust, and Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. If you take the time to comment, email, or tweet at us with thoughts on this bundle, we'll randomly choose someone and give them a choice of one of these games. So take a moment to just scroll down and shoot us a comment. And then, as always, thanks and enjoy your existence.